Hi guys, welcome back to an episode of BB Cars, and today's episode I'll be reviewing TribeCar Toyota Camry 7th generation. So let's dive straight to this video right now. Alright then, so here is guys the Toyota Camry 7th generation from TribeCar itself. First I just want to apologize for the loud noise because I'm right beside the road itself, but just let me just show you guys the car itself. So basically this is how the 7th generation Camry looks like. I can't be sure whether this is the non-facelift or facelifted version. Probably I will put it in the video description to tell you that this is whether either one, the facelift or non-facelift. But main thing right now I'm showing you guys is the damages. So the obvious damage straight out of the back is this one of the two big obvious damages right here itself. So basically unfortunately this car suffers some scrape on its front passenger side bumper itself. So that's a very unfortunate thing itself. The next damage, walking around the side of the car, there isn't any obvious on this, any other further damages on the passenger side. The next damages which I want to say is on the driver's side itself, which is the rear driver's side right here, which I will show you guys right now, which is right here itself. So unfortunately there's some paint scarf to it, so unfortunately you can see it lost some of the paint itself. So yeah, and there's one small one right here as well. So yeah, and then there isn't really any other obvious damages I can see for this car other than your usual wheel curve itself, which for this side looks okay. The front looks okay as well to me. Moving on to the passenger side, what do we have? Well, passenger side got some minor scuff right here itself, here as well, and also that other than that also being dirty itself lah. And the last wheel, fine, perfectly fine itself. So yeah, and if anyone wondering, this is where the fuel tank is on the Camry itself, on the left hand side itself, basically on the passenger side lah. So yeah, but right now next thing I really want to show you guys is the trunk space. So let me just show you guys the trunk space for the Camry itself. So to access the trunk space, just need to locate the button right down below the Toyota emblem, press on that, and we'll open right up itself. So basically this is how it looks like for the trunk space, look like for the Camry itself. Fortunately I don't see any button that press to fold down the rear seat from the trunk itself. Probably I think it's from the inside the cabin itself. So yeah, but this is how it looks like. I'll chop on the numbers on the screen right here to show you guys the trunk capacity liters itself. So yeah, and that let me just show you guys two other ways that you can technically open this trunk space itself, which is one is through this key right here itself. So this is how the Camry 7th generation Camry key looks like. So basically you got a lock unlock function, you got your panic button, and you got the trunk release button, which to access it you just need to press on it and it open up for you. It's like semi open it for you lah, so you can just lift it up and you're able to access the trunk itself. So yeah, so this is very very simple. Just clamp the trunk down and you close it itself. So yeah, alright then, now let me just show you guys the third way to do it, which is through this lever itself. So just need to pull on this lever itself and the trunk will open for you guys. So yeah, so basically that is all for the car itself. Now let me just show you guys the rear seating for the Camry. Alright then, so yeah, some minor hiccups, but let me just show you guys the rear seating for the Camry right now. So yeah, as you guys know, the Camry is usually the Camry I would say is almost like the peak of Toyota itself. So you definitely would get tons of leg space in the rear itself. So right now I'm in the rear of the car itself, and as you guys can see, this is my regular driving position right here itself, and I got almost like 2.5 to 2 2/4 of trunk space, which is a very very good thing itself. So that's definitely a thumbs up for me for this car itself if I want to do long journeys in this car itself. Whenever I think they have the 8th generation now already, but I think is the Camry is just perfect itself. It's like I can't remember what other car that I test drove that has this similar trunk, this rear space itself, but it's just amazing itself lah. So yeah, headroom wise I don't even have to say about it because I got tons of headroom, bro. It's like I think I got almost close to 2 feet of headroom space for this car, which is just on another level, which I never seen before. Usually some other cars I would probably get 1.5 to 1.25 or something of headroom wise, but this Camry itself just blows it out of the park. It's like, I think it's the best sedan I tested so far itself lah. And basically in the rear, what do you get itself? Basically in the rear itself, you basically just get 2 storage pocket right here to put your stuff if you want to. You also got your window switches, which normally you expect to see. Your door release handle to get out the car, and a very nice small ashtray right here to put your stuff, rubbish or whatever small stuff inside here itself. So yeah, and you got more storage space right here to put your drink. Plus, if you guys can see, this is being separated by a divider right here. So yeah, plus normally in other cars you don't expect to receive this, but for the Camry itself, it's shifted another level itself. So yeah, in the center, what do you get? Well, basically you get rear center lighting itself, but instead of putting it right maybe in the center for in normal cars itself, this is right at the back where it's closer towards the passenger itself, which if I press on that, I could turn on the light on either side. If not, I think I could press on, no, not that. I think when the doors are open, this light will turn on as well, which is also a good thing. But another thing on the add-on is, I think the position of the lighting is very, very clever for Toyota itself, because it's closer towards the driver itself. Sorry, not driver, the passenger, so that at least, let's say the passenger is reading their newspaper or whatever thing they're reading in the back, is much more brighter itself. So which is a very, very good attention to detail by Toyota itself. So yeah, moving on, what else do we get in the rear itself? Well, you get 3 grab hooks right on the left hand side, 2 on the left and 1 on the right behind the driver itself. Unfortunately, the driver doesn't really have it, which to me is a little bit weird, but oh well. Also, other than the grabbing hook you can grab hold onto, you got also a smaller hook right here, which you could hook your stuff onto here if you want to itself. So yeah, lastly, you got AC vent the rear if you want to cool yourself down in the rear itself, which is also a very, very good thing itself. So yeah, plus I think it's also necessary for our hot weather climate like here itself. So yeah, unfortunately you don't really get a center. You do get a center divider itself, or your armrest if you want to, let's say, separate, just carry 4 people in this car itself. So yeah, you got 2 cup holders right here itself to put your drinks if you want to. Unfortunately, no storage space right here underneath the car itself. The only storage space you can put is just right at the side, which I showed you guys earlier on itself. So yeah, let's move on to the center seating itself right now. So sitting right in the center is not a big problem as well, cause it's just simply spacious lah. So not really, I don't really have any further comments on the seating itself. But if you are wondering, this is how it looks like for me sitting in the center of the car itself. Basically, it's two drone size adult with a seat beside me, I won't have any problem at all, because like I mentioned at the start, Camry simply very, very big and spacious itself. So I think 2 full drone size adult probably won't have, I don't think there'll be any issue sitting in the back itself. So yeah, oh yeah, headroom is also not too bad itself. Oh, but I think the slight reduction, so yeah, probably 1/4 of headroom in the center itself. So yeah. Alright then, as promised, I forgot to show you guys the trunk space just now, but this is how the interior of the cabin looks like for the Camry itself, the 7th generation Camry itself. So yeah, and I think this is for the passenger or driver if they want to, but technically I'm not too sure whether this is on right now. But it's on. Okay, so yeah, basically if let's say the rear passenger want more space itself, they could technically push the seat all the way forward, then just do basically just fold down the rear seat itself, which is something similar to like the Mercedes or the Mercedes S-Class, the BMW 7 Series and the Audi A8, where there's this option, there's a button you press and this seat will just completely tilt forward and the seat will slide forward itself. So yeah, something like that itself. So yeah, alright then, now let's move on to the next thing which I want to talk about, which is the seats itself. Which, let's say if you want more space on this car, why at the button to press. Alright then, let me see if I could find it somewhere around here. Didn't really see an option to do that so far, but it could be this. No. Oh, okay, this probably I'll have to update you guys on that. But other than that, let me just jump to the front right now for the front portion of wise. Alright then, now let me just show you guys, before I show you guys the front of the car itself, let me just show you guys the keyless entry that this car has. So basically this is the key itself, which I already showed you guys just now. So basically to unlock the car, basically just need to if I'm wrong, there's 2 methods, which one of them could be wrong itself. One of the methods is just slide finger in, yeah, and just like that the car will unlock. And If not, you can always press this button right here itself to unlock it itself. But to lock it itself, just need to press on this, and the car will lock itself. So yeah, and you can just basically just walk away. Now to basically to same thing. If you unlock it, just press on this, and just okay, not that. To unlock it, just slide your finger in, and you unlock itself. To lock it, just press that. So yeah, just hope I didn't cause any mix up on that itself. So yeah, let me just dive to the front of the car itself. Close the doors, and this is what you're greeted with in the Camry itself. So yeah, basically this is how the front of the Camry looks like. Let me just show you guys some of the storage options that you get for this car wise itself. Basically, first up, you get this very enormous glove box, which I could actually really put my entire bag inside there without any problem itself. So yeah, probably I could put a second bag inside, or probably my iPad could be inside that as well. So yeah, that is basically show you guys how big this storage space is for the glove box is for the Camry itself. So yeah, but moving on, what else do you get in this for the storage options you get for this car? Well, you got this very small one right here itself, which you could put your thin stuff like my Apple MagSafe wallet right here. I could probably, I think the key could also technically put right inside here itself. So yeah, but if not, there's more space right here for your ashtray right here, and your cigarette socket right here. I'm not too sure why, but it's moving on. If not, you can just cover that with the very nice wood finish itself. So yeah, moving on, you got second one, which is your cup holder. We could put your drinks right here if you want to. If not, you always cover up with the same thing, the lovely ashtray finish. And you also got this this is the fourth storage option right here, which you could put your more junk right here itself. You also got a 12 volt outlet right here, and a USB type A port right there itself. So yeah, lastly, you got this center console storage option, which you could put same thing like my bag. I think technically my bag could actually put right there if I could. Let me just demonstrate to it. So yeah, basically I can just put my bag in either the glove box or this right here itself, which is very good itself for this car. And another function of this very nice glove box or center console itself is this could technically slide forward itself. If I could do that to show you guys. Yeah, so basically just grab on this lever itself and just slide forward if you want more. If you want this likely to be more forward itself. If not, you can just slide back itself. So yeah, so basically this is the lever to slide the top part of the armrest forward. This is to open the glove box. Just very simple. You just need to just press on this. Same thing, just press on this, but upwards itself. Slide this forward, just forward itself. So yeah, very simple and easy to understand itself. So yeah, alright then. Now let's move on to the next part of the center console. The center console itself is basically you got your gear selector right here itself. So park, neutral, park, reverse, neutral and drive, and sports mode itself. So basically I'll be showing you guys the clip right now of the reversing camera itself. So this is how the reversing camera looks like on the Camry itself. So alright then, now let me just show you guys the reversing camera for the Camry itself. So basically the reversing, you just need to go to this, and the reversing camera will show up right here itself. So yeah, basically like what I mentioned, I feel this is the same thing as the Altis itself, so there isn't really any difference to it. So yeah, plus it also shows you guys what's behind you on the screen itself. So yeah, alright then, moving on, you got sport mode itself. So sports mode itself, just need to shift to engage sports mode in the Camry itself, just need to shift the lever toward the driver itself, and you're able to shift the gear manually by this gear selector itself. So yeah, unfortunately there isn't any pedal shifter in the back for the Camry itself. So I don't think that is the purpose in the first place itself to install pedal shifter on the wheel itself. So mainly just the gear shifter right here, which can shift up or shift down itself. So yeah. Alright then, let's move on to the AC controls for the Camry itself. So basically you got a simple and easy to read climate control buttons. So basically you got your temperature controls on either side. You got a fan speed button right here. This is to control the direction of the airflow towards the car. This is your headlight button, and you got your dual climate control, front and rear defrost. This is to recirculate air in the cabin itself. This is for your auto climate control. This basically turn off the fan in the car itself, and this is to turn on the AC. Turn on and turn off AC is on either side of the car itself. So yeah, Moving on, you got your Toyota infotainment itself. So basically, this infotainment itself, based on what I noticed so far when driving a short kilometer from here to the petrol station to this location to film this vehicle itself, the infotainment is the same as the 11th gen Altis itself, which I have already reviewed on my channel itself. So if you guys want to check out sorry about that. If you want to check out the review itself, you can always click on that I somewhere around there itself. So yeah, but it's very simple itself, plus I think this Camry come out the same generation as the Altis itself. So yeah, but I'll still show you the some part of it, so if you're wondering. So yep, but lastly you got some AC vent right at the top, which really can't control by the slider which you got right there itself. So basically this slider to control the vent in the car itself. Unfortunately, don't really get the center, which is a little bit weird, but oh well. Yeah. Now let's move on to the next thing, which is the steering wheel on this car itself. So with the steering wheel, what do you get? Well, basically you get your volume control switches right here itself. You got this mode switch, which I think got to do with the infotainment, which I'll show you guys later on. And also you got your mute button right there as well, which is quite handy. So if let's say you do not want to touch the screen itself. So yeah. On the other side, you got your control buttons for the small screen, which I'll show you guys later on as well. So yeah. But right down below, you got your cruise control button itself. So basically the cruise control is very easy to use. So basically, for first time using the cruise control button, just need to press downwards, then just press this, and the speed will be set. If let's say your cruise control was interrupted, you can always just it was interrupted and you want to resume it, just need to press up and it will just resume back to its normal operation itself. So yeah. Alright then, now let's move on to the stocks on either side of the car itself. So on the stocks on either side of the car, you see on the left hand side, you got your wiper control switch. So to activate the wiper, just go all the way down or all the way up the stock, and once time up for one swipe of the wipers itself. And towards the windscreen wipers itself, just need to pull back and it will just activate spray the fluid onto the windscreen, and the wipers will also be activated to clean the windscreen itself. So yeah, on the other side you got your light switch, as well as your indicators, as well as your fog light itself. So light switch is very simple, just this knob right here itself. The fog light, just this secondary switch more inner to the indicator stop, which you could adjust by this button itself. And indicators are quite easy to use itself, just need to down or all the way up, and that's it. To activate high beam, just need to push forward and your high beams will be activated. To deactivate it, just the other way around itself. So yeah, and to flash your high beam, just need to pull back and you'll activate it will flash your high beam itself. So yeah. Alright then, now let's move on to the last few buttons on this side itself. Basically just your traction control button to turn off, and you got your parking sensor itself. So basically this turn off your parking sensors itself. So yeah, and right down below you got your start stop button to turn on the vehicle itself. So yeah, and that is all the buttons for on the dash itself. Now let me just show you guys the last few switches itself, which is right here itself. So basically the last few switches right here is got your window switches for all four sides. Got your unlock button. This is to prevent people from rolling on the windows. This is your folding mirrors switches right here itself. And this is just the mirrors on either left or right itself. And you got the button to adjust the mirror right down below here itself. So yeah, and that is all for all the switches on this car itself. So yeah, now let me just show you guys the sun visor for this Camry itself. So basically the sun visor itself, you got this, is not that big, but it's perfectly sized that you're not really obstructed by the sun visor itself. Plus it also had the same material that I remember it has on the Lexus itself. So basically this is almost very close to Lexus itself. So it's basically saying I can't afford a Lexus, but let me just get a Toyota Camry or Toyota Harrier itself. So yeah, and I think this could be taken out and swivel to either side itself. So yeah, and the same for the passenger side as well. So yeah, now let me just show you the center thing right here itself. So basically the center lighting in the front itself, you got your sunglasses holder right here if you want to put your sunglasses. You got lights on either side which can be turned on by pressing on it, or you can press this when the doors are open. Basically just press on this to turn off all basically the four lights, the front and the back itself. So basically now I press that you guys can see that the front is on, as well as the rear itself, which is right there itself. Once I press on that, it'll just turn off itself. So yeah, and this is basically when the doors are open, the lights will turn on itself. So yeah, and then that is all for the Toyota Camry itself. Now let me just turn on the accessory power for you guys to turn on the car itself. So basically pull on the brake itself, and the car will turn on. So you see, this is how it looks like when it's turned on. So basically just run through some of the cycle it has itself. So yeah. Alright, now let me just show you guys this right here itself. So basically to adjust this right here itself, just need to press this button right here itself, and just cycle through some of the screen itself. If you want to adjust this, just need to press on this and just cycle down itself, and you can look all the trip information for this vehicle itself. If you want to reset it for this, let's say itself, just need to press and hold on this, and you reset the trip information itself. So yeah, and that is all for that. Now let me just show you guys this infotainment itself. So let me just mute this first. Yeah, press and hold to mute this, and I could technically adjust the station by pressing on that itself. So and same for the volume button itself. So yeah, basically that is all for infotainment screen itself. Now let me just show you guys how to adjust the steering wheel as well as the seat for the Camry itself. So basically to adjust the wheel for the Camry itself, just need to locate this lever right down below here, pull on that, and you'll just drop down, and you'll be able to adjust the steering wheel for the Camry itself. For the seats itself, is electronic adjusted. So basically just need to press on the lever on either side itself to adjust it. So basically this long one is right here to adjust the how forward, how back you want, and also the height itself. So basically up and down of the seat itself. So yeah, and basically right here itself, you got this button right here. If you feel it, is your seat angle itself. So basically you can just adjust the angle of the seat via this button itself. And for the right back, you got your lumbar support for this vehicle itself. So you can just press on that to adjust the lumbar for this vehicle itself. So yeah, and that is all for the car itself. So if you guys enjoyed the video itself, do click on the subscribe button down right below to see more videos like this, or click on subscribe and click to see my 2 other videos. And with that, I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.